How about at IBM? A lot of different moving parts there. You all have such a broad viewpoint. Tell us what you're seeing from the vantage point of IBM.
Yeah, sure. So I think one thing, well, we're seeing progress. There's no question about that when it comes to zero trust. It is still very, very much the focus, very much a top of mind for a lot of organizations. But we are seeing progress. I think over the summer we had a report just to give some statistics, and then I'll kind of give more of some anecdotes that I've just been seeing based on engagement within the industry and clients. So over the summer, we produce every year, this is our 17th year, cost of a data breach. And last year was the first year we actually started to measure implementations of zero trust. And the movement was from 35% of organizations identifying as deploying zero trust architectures up to 41% this year. And we were also able to measure an overall cost savings of those that are implementing zero trust implementations, $1 million and slightly above. So there is some measurable progress, and that's a study of 550 breaches around the world. So that's a bit of a global statement of what I just described. I think there's definitely progress on agreeing on the definitions. I think there was a lot of chaos and confusion about, single vendor implementations or, deploy this and you've got your zero trust magic
push button architecture.
There is absolutely no magic button in zero trust. And I think you used the word that I'm now more consistently hearing everyone reflect, which is it's a journey. DoD just came out, in the last few months talking about getting to a zero trust architecture by 2027. That's a journey, right? And they've been on it already for a period of time. And so in terms of some of the progress, I'll say too, just within industry and collaboration, I think we've also come to the point where I think it's really well recognized now. This is a multi-vendor, very multifaceted environment. There's a lot of legacy and federal. There's no single vendor that's going to be the single answer when it comes to zero trust. We've tried to focus a lot on strategy, roadmap, prioritization, journey from where you are to where you need to get to. Some of the work that we're doing, for example, with NIST. So NIST has stood up a center of excellence specifically around zero trust, exactly to the point of multi-vendor environment. And so there has been some progress in the last couple of months on actually across the 25 vendors that are involved there, getting 4 different environments stood up with multi-vendor environments, starting to do some integration scenarios. The first draft is now available for the public to review, where they'll be publishing guidance on those multi-vendor environments, best practices of integration, configurations that make sense. And that reflects, I think, reality. And that's a good piece of progress that there's more guidance coming. I know DoD is also about to publish an updated strategy as well, and they've been collaborating with industry. So that's been a really positive, I think, from our perspective. But shortly we'll hear a new strategy of, 7 pillars and a variety of capabilities and maturity mapped across those 7 pillars and an evolution in their strategy. So it is a journey. We are seeing progress. We are definitely continuing to engage. I was at the Forrester Security Summit last week. Zero trust was all over the agenda continuously, right? It was in all the keynotes. There was a dedicated track around zero trust, right? And there was an awful lot. It was in Crystal City, a lot of government folks that were there. So it continues to be really a top of mind priority across the board. So.